Hey, welcome back to Juice TV. Sorry for the long wait. I've been extremely busy, but I'm finally back. So I'm not going to waste any more time and get straight into it. So the next speaker I have is Eronica. She's a great friend of mine. She's a transformational life coach. She's actually the reason why I started the Juice TV. Before I was a little tentative about doing it, but she kept motivating me, kept inspiring me to do it, and hey, hence that's why I'm here. So check her out. Her link is down below, and over to you, Eronica.
I'm no longer considering my fears, and I don't know if that's possible. I'm just more so thinking about the mindset I'm in, that my fears are no longer my fears. It's like I'm excited to do all the things I fear for. I am excited to start my business. I've always feared for it for years. I am excited to share my story with everyone else. I've been fearful of that for years. So for some odd reason, and it just happened, it wasn't this way all along, I just became this total human being person that all my fears are now becoming my accomplishments. And so I don't know if it makes sense to you, but it makes perfect sense in my being right now, because I'm not gonna say I'm fearless because everybody has fear, but I feel like I've gotten to a place where I've been turning all my fears into my greatest accomplishment. So my advice to anyone that's going through fear or having any fears at the moment, fear is a limited belief that you had that's no longer true about you. So if you really think about it, I was fearful of starting my business because I felt like, who am I to run this business? But it's a belief I had about myself. That belief since changed, and look at it. So now it's no longer fear. So if you look at fear as just a belief you had in your past that you think is true about you, you can actually conquer that fear. And I know it's not as easy as it sounds because it takes hard work and it takes dedication, but just kind of get leveled with the things you're fearful for. Write down, why are you actually fearful of them? What's driving the fear? Because there's always something behind it, and before you know it, you can actually surpass your fear. How do you kind of get out of where you are and get into something that you want to do if you're hating your job? For me, my personal experience, I worked at an institution for a number of years, and when I realized that I was starting to hate my job and I wanted to do something else, I went to work every day, and this won't make sense. I got my work done just so that I can use the other times to work on myself. So I don't recommend anybody do this, but for me it worked very well. I made my list while I was in between calls. I'm thinking about what I want to do when I go home. So I just became very in tune with what I want to do, and just understand that the job I'm doing now is just temporary because I have a bigger vision. I have something else I want to do. So it was not as hard once you get into it. So it's definitely hard because you're fearful. You're wondering, how am I going to get started? Am I qualified to be doing this? Is this something that I can actually really do? So I just say, just try. If you get it trying and you realize you like it, just keep doing it and keep doing it. And before you know it, you're going to be good at that one thing you were fearful of doing. I think that works. So my passion is all around helping women to basically get unstuck. Just like the question you just asked. The fact of the matter that you're in a job, you don't really like it. You're in a relationship, you don't like it. You're in a situation, you don't like it. We all have the power to change our situation in our lives. We just don't know it. So I feel like I am that voice of reason that's gonna help people to understand that, hey, not because you're here right now, it doesn't mean this is where you're gonna be all your life. And not because you're fearful of getting out of a situation or you're feeling hopeless, it doesn't mean you have to stay there. So my passion is to bring this kind of work into the world for a lot of women so that they can feel more confident, they can live a more balanced life, and they can live a life that's more fulfilling. Because as women, I feel like a lot of us don't get a lot of support. It's so much easier for another female to see another female doing well and just walk past or whatever the case is, because they will think they're doing okay, they don't need any help, they look like they're good. But you never know it. You never know who needs an encouraging word. You never know who might need a hand. So my business is to help everyone I come in contact with. So for how I or anyone can work on themselves, do it daily. No one has time. Everyone is busy, whether you're married, with kids, without kids, multiple jobs, family, friends, stress, bills. Nobody has time. create time. And for me, I feel like if you have a passion and you believe in it, just take some time each day to work on it, even if it's just one thing. One thing is just good enough for you. Because if you think about it, if you go a whole year without doing anything on your passion, a whole year passed you by. If you go a whole year doing something, one thing each day, even every other day, forget it, once a week. Think about it, right? Once a week. Before you know it, you're building on your passion. And when you keep on going and keep going, persistence will fuel you. You'll feel like, oh my God, I'm doing this thing. It was so hard. All right, next month, I'm gonna carve out a week. I'm gonna do this a month. I'm gonna do this every night. I'm gonna do this every weekend. And before you know it, your passion is your life. Your passion can be your life. You just have to want it bad enough. Change. I embrace change. I love change. I feel like I'm here because of change. And the reason why I say that is I feel like if anyone can change their thoughts, they can change their life. And what I mean by this is that your thoughts are what control you. And until you change them, you're basically not really going where you want to go. So for everybody that's fearful of change, what is change gonna do to you? You're in charge. Change is just the thing that's there. It's not gonna do anything to you unless you allow it to. So for people, I look at it as something good. And some changes are not good, and if you get into a change, you realize it's not good, it's never too late to back out. Just be like, okay, didn't work for me, I'm on to the next one. And it works. I see my business, and I don't put time on things because it's happening, and it will happen soon, and soon enough. So there's no time frame on my business and what I will do, what I will accomplish. I just know it's coming, and for me, that's good enough. But for my business, I see me expanding to a way where after basically branching out from my one-on-one and my group coaching, I want to go into doing seminars for young people. And not only just seminars, I want to do hands-on workshop. You can come in, sign in, we're gonna do the work together. You think that you're going through challenges, you think you can't break out of something, you think you can't say no because you're the only one that can give. We're gonna do like tools and workshops throughout that day where you can actually break out of these things. And on a bigger vision, I see my business very international, meaning that I want to travel to different countries and help other women and children empower themselves. I feel like the kids are the future, and even though here in the US there are a lot of things happening and there are a lot of things that you want to do to help each other, I feel like there's so much people out there don't know that there's passion. There's so many people out there don't know that there's a word called faith. So I want to be that kind of beacon that spreads this out into the world. So while I'm doing my work here, I want to expand and help others other places in the world.
There you have it. Eronica, thank you for sharing your experience. So Juice TV family, yo, don't forget to check her out right down below. I'm not sure where I'm pointing at, but subscribe, like, and all that stuff. And until next time on Juice TV, peace.